Am I on? I'm on? Okay. Well, isn't it great to be in the house of the Lord this morning? And it's good to see so many faces out here. My name is Diana Northcutt. You'll get to know me as time goes on. I just came off the cabinet. I've been a district superintendent for the last 3 years. Prior to that, I served a church in Iowa for 5 years. So I would have the privilege to hang out with my grandchildren till they grew up and moved away. And then I got a call to come back to Oklahoma. But I've served in Oklahoma for 30 years. And so, but to be honest with you, this is the first time in 30 years I have lived east of I-35. And so you'll have to be patient with me for me to learn the new customs. I'm assuming that you say y'all over here. When I went to Iowa, it took me about 6 months to break them into y'all. And then they all started saying y'all, and then they got mad at me because they were saying y'all. I said, well, at least you're not saying all y'all. And so that's it. So, but I think we're going to have a great time together as we come to worship together and get to know one another. And I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you here and in the weeks to come to get to know you on a more personal basis on everything that we do. Just a couple of announcements that we do before we start church, just to let you know that Oma Daniel's Celebration of Life is going to be July 20th at 11 a.m. in the Row. Okay? Oh, they told me I was on. Now, we tested this earlier, and I was on. No, I can't hear myself, so I know I'm not on. What a way to start the Sunday, right? Everybody hear me now? Okay. Do I need to repeat anything that I just said? Repeat. Thank you. And your name is? I've already learned some people back here that like to give me a hard time. But you just need to know that when you give me a hard time, I'm really good at giving it back. Okay? And so, you know, I was a youth minister for longer than some of you might be old, but I did youth work as a local for district, for conference and jurisdictional youth work for over 40 years. And there's not hardly anything that I've not seen done in the church. And so just to be warned. And so I do to do that. So, but okay, the celebration of life for Oma Daniels is going to be on July 20th at 11 a.m. in the Row. And we'll be putting out more information about that as time gets closer for that. I also, before we start worship this morning, I have a letter that I would like to read to you from your former district superintendent, Reverend Dr. Terry Cohen. It says, "Greetings in the name of our Lord Jesus to the people of Okmulgee United Methodist Church and Reverend Diana Northcutt. As you become part of the Southeast District of our Oklahoma Conference, I want to express my deep appreciation to you for the ways you serve your community and for our conference, as well as the ways you have served and shared in the Green Country District. I have been enriched by the relationships I have had with you and your pastors. I also want to express my strong confidence in Reverend Dr. Sonia Toby as your next district superintendent. She is capable and wise, and I pray God's blessing on this new partnership. I have conversed with her about the former Green Country churches that will be in the Southeast District, and have assured her I will continue to share guidance from my knowledge of those churches. As the word came to Paul to share with Ephesus, I too urge you to be strong in the Lord and draw upon the strength from him. Grace and peace, Terry Cohen." So he sent that all to you from starting tomorrow. We're in a different district. Everything's, you know, don't you love it? Church hates change, and we're changing so fast we can't keep up with it. You got a new preacher. You're going to be in a new district, and in a couple of months we're going to have a new bishop. And so lots of change ahead for all of us. So, well, I believe that's all the announcements that we have this morning. If not, let us be in an attitude you've already played the prelude, right? So let's stand and join in the call to worship. Out of the depths we cry to you, O God. If you, O God, should mark iniquities, who could stand? Hope in God, with whom there is steadfast love. In God there is great power to redeem. Our hymn is This is the Day of New Beginnings. It's going to be on the slide, or if you want to use your hymn book, it's on page 383. I promised not to change the bulletin up too much, but I did move the joys and concerns to earlier in the service. So do we have any joys that we'd like to share with one another today?
Well, I'd like to say something.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad to have you here.
Well, thank you. Any other joys that we have this morning that we'd like to share with one another? Yes. Okay.
I just wanted to remind folks, we're having a little reception in the road after church this morning, so you can stop by and have a cool drink and maybe a little sweet treat, and then you can go on to lunch. So you get your dessert first today, but we wanted everyone to have a chance to meet Diana and greet her personally. So it'll just be a short reception, and we hope you'll come over to the road.
You never turn down a cookie, right? Do we have any concerns that we'd like to share with the community this morning? Well, let's be in an attitude of prayer. Oh, holy and gracious God, we just give you thanks for this beautiful day that you've given to us. We give you